Good morning, children. Yesterday we have done chapter number 5. First half of the chapter I have explained you, and today I am going to explain you remaining half. Okay. The topic is storage of water. How can we store water? Water can be stored in many ways to be used later. In villages, people usually store water in earthenware pots called ghada or surahis or even buckets. However, in cities, water is stored in underground tanks as well as overhead tanks. Rainwater harvesting is the process by which rainwater is collected and stored for later use. Now we will study forms of water. So there are three forms of water: solid, liquid and gas. Ice or snow is the solid form of water. A solid is something which is hard and has a definite shape. Liquid. The water we use daily is the liquid form of water. Liquid has no definite shape. It takes the shape of the container in which it is poured. Steam or water vapor is the gaseous form of water. Gas has no shape. Now let's see how water changes its form. Look at this diagram. In this diagram, if we heat ice or water, it starts boiling and changes into steam. And if we cool this steam, it changes back into the water. Similarly, if we cool liquid water in a refrigerator, it changes into ice. And if we heat this ice, it changes back into the water. Now student, the most important topic of this chapter is water cycle. Now we will study the journey of water or water cycle. So we will study step by step. First, if you spill a glass of water outside, you will notice that a few hours later the water is gone. That is because water slowly turns from a liquid into a gas called water vapor. The process of water turning from a liquid into a gas is called evaporation. Evaporation happens faster on a hot day. That is because the evaporation of water outside is powered by the sun. The hotter it is outside, the faster will evaporate. Since water in its gas form has no color, we cannot see it. It just goes into the air. Now we will study second process, condensation. Then water vapor rises up in the sky due to the sun's heat. Once the water vapor rises high enough, it condenses into water droplets. Condensation is the process of water turning from a gas into a liquid. You have probably experienced condensation if you have had a cold glass of water at a restaurant. As the cold glass sits on the table, water vapor from the air condenses into water droplets on the glass. The same thing happens as water vapor rises into the sky, it turns into a liquid water. It's important to remember that not all water condenses. Some of it condenses close to the ground to form dew, and some of it rises up only a little bit to form fog. But most of it rises high in the sky to form clouds. Now step 3, precipitation. When water droplets get heavy enough, they fall back down to earth as rain. We call this precipitation because it can happen in a few different ways. Rain, liquid water, snow, frozen water, and hail, big pieces of frozen water. Precipitation brings the water back down to earth and the cycle repeats. The sun shines on the water and it starts evaporating again. This is why we call it the water cycle. So, I hope you all have got the water cycle. In conclusion, the water cycle is the process of water moving around between the air and land. Or in more scientific terms, the water cycle is the process of water evaporating and condensing on planet Earth in a continuous process. This process has been happening continuously for millions of years, and without it, there would be no life on Earth. Now here the chapter is over. Hope you all got it, and tomorrow I will be back with next video of question answers. Bye bye. Take care.